good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, legendary, iconic Filipino superstar boxer, future Hall of Famer, Manny Pacquiao, 62 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out 3 times in his career. He will be going up against undefeated, unified WBC, IBF, welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered to be top 3 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world today, in Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr., 27 wins, no losses, no draws, 21 wins by way of knockout, stands at 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Manny Pacquiao stands at 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Errol Spence is 31 years of age. Manny Pacquiao is 42 years of age. They will be squaring off against one another August 21st, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. With that said, Errol Spence Jr., is the bigger, younger, stronger guy. And most people expect Errol Spence to win this fight due to his youth, his size, his technical abilities, and his strength ultimately, okay? Most people, they highlight the age difference. Manny Pacquiao is 11 years older than Errol Spence Jr. With that said, Manny Pacquiao, when I asked Manny Pacquiao what would be his game plan to beat Errol Spence, he said it was going to be his speed. Manny Pacquiao now, when asked about how he's going to beat Errol Spence Jr., Manny Pacquiao, he stated that he's going to need his speed, but he's working on his stamina, because he believes that he and Errol Spence are going to do a serious battle. He says this is going to be the most action in a fight that I had in my last 3 fights, more than my last 3 fights. Now, that's saying a lot, because Manny Pacquiao, in his last 3 fights, he faced some very, very tough opposition, okay? Manny Pacquiao has faced, some possible future Hall of Famers in his last few fights. He shocked the world when he beat undefeated unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman. Prior to that, he fought 4-division world champion superstar boxer Adrian the Problem Broner. And then prior to that, he fought Lucas the Machine Matisse. Prior to that, he was in an action-packed fight with Jeff Horn, in which he didn't get the nod, but most people felt like he should have gotten the nod. With that said, Manny Pacquiao, he says, expect this to be essentially a war. He says, we are going to have a lot of action in this fight, so I'm training for my stamina to keep up. He says, because obviously Manny Pacquiao hasn't been in the ring since defeating Keith Thurman. That was July 2019. So by the time this fight takes place, he would have been out the ring for a full calendar 2 years and a month, okay? So Manny Pacquiao is saying that, he indeed is planning on having stamina at his stamina at his highest level. Now, he did state that, he felt like, he said he did state that the 2-year layoff may have helped his career, okay? It may have helped him, get rest, let his body rest, because he says that he's been doing this for so long in his career that this break was well needed, okay? Now, some people could look at it a different way, glass half empty, glass half full, okay? Because some people look at it and they're going to say, well, it could have ring rust. Now you can have ring rust. You coming from a 2-year layoff and going right in the ring with arguably the best welterweight in the world, in Errol Spence Jr., who's not a small guy, and he has technical ability. So he's a great big man in the division. Some may consider Errol Spence a very great big man, okay, in the division. Who we always know that what gives Manny Pacquiao issues is his technical fighters' technical abilities and their counterpunch abilities. That's what ultimately gives Manny Pacquiao issues, okay? It's always bothered him in his career, whether it be Floyd Mayweather, whether it be Eric Morales in the lower weight classes, okay? Whether it be Juan Manuel Marquez in the lower weight classes, or when they moved up to welterweight together. Those Marquez, Floyd Mayweather, Eric Morales, those guys are counterpunchers. Those guys are technical skill guys, and they've always given Manny Pacquiao issues. Not to mention, Errol Spence is a southpaw as well as Manny Pacquiao, so he takes away the southpaw advantage as well. Now, Errol Spence is going to be 5 inches taller than Manny Pacquiao, and he's going to have a 5-inch arm reach advantage over Manny Pacquiao as well. Now, you add that with his technical skill set, you add that with his discipline and his beautiful jab. Jabs are another thing. Well, that falls in the category of technical abilities, technicalities, right? His jab has always, a great jab has given Manny Pacquiao problems because you can control the distance, you can control the pace of the fight, you can control the range. So a great jab has always given Manny Pacquiao issues as well. Okay, so with that said, and Manny Pacquiao is expected to have to work hard to get on the inside, and he's expecting this to be an action-packed fight. Now, again, Manny Pacquiao only knows how to fight one way. That's coming forward. Okay, he's not a good fighter going on the back foot. It's just very difficult to put him on the back foot because of his very, very fast feet. He has very fast, unorthodox, very quick, and quirky feet, right? It's like just little steps, but he's moving real fast to go along with his very fast hands, okay? And he shot you with the power in his right hand. As Keith Thurman stated, it felt like he had bricks in his hand, in his gloves, okay? That's how hard he hits, and he shocks you. Also, Chris Algieri said the same thing, okay? So with that said, the awkwardness, the angles, the foot speed, to go along with the hand speed allows Manny Pacquiao to, put you in positions that you're not comfortable in, but then he's able to throw out of positions that you're not used to, okay? That's not taught, okay? He's able to put himself in position to put you in position where you're uncomfortable. It's unorthodox, but he's very comfortable in that position because he could throw punches from that position, okay? So it's very unorthodox. It's very weird, but Errol Spence being a southpaw, having a long jab, can touch Manny Pacquiao, can control the pace of the fight. I think in the beginning of the fight, it's going to take Errol Spence a little bit of time to get the distance and the range and the speed and the timing of Manny Pacquiao down. But once you get the timing of Manny Pacquiao down, he becomes sometimes very predictable, okay? He darts in, he jumps in his 1, 2, 3, and he's coming. He'll feint with the right hand, feint, and then come with the left hand, and you could time him. That's what happened when he fought Juan Manuel Marquez the last fight, the fourth and final fight, is when right before the bell rung, he was timed, he was predictable. Because why? Manny Pacquiao doesn't pay attention to the bell. Manny Pacquiao just fights until the bell sounds. That's why a lot of times you see at the end of rounds, Manny Pacquiao is still exchanging, okay? Because his ring IQ is high, but he doesn't pay attention to his surroundings. So what I mean by that is this. He's not paying attention to the referee. He's not paying attention to the bell. He's not paying attention to the crowd. He's just paying attention to you, right? When you have a guy like Floyd Mayweather who's understanding of everything around him, the referee, where he's at in the ring, okay, how much time is in the round, okay, he understands all of these things. He can compute all of these things, okay. Manny Pacquiao has on blinders, okay, and he coming forward, and he came forward with Marquez, and he jumped 1, 2, 3, feinted, and then went to come at the left, and Marquez slipped to his left, and then caught him, countered him with a straight right hand and knocked Manny Pacquiao brutally, okay. In this situation, it's going to take Errol Spence a little bit of time because Errol Spence hasn't been in the ring with a guy like Manny Pacquiao that's going to present the angles, the foot speed, the unawkwardness, the awkwardness, the unorthodoxness of a Manny Pacquiao, okay? And so it's going to take him a little bit of time. He's going to look I believe, a little lethargic in the beginning, okay? Just trying to gauge the range, just trying to gauge the timing, because I believe that Errol Spence is going to throw left hands, and they're going to just be missing Manny Pacquiao in the beginning, okay? Because he's not going to understand the head movement, the herky-jerky, this and whoop, 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 and his foot speed. It's going to take you time because Errol Spence is precise, okay? Errol Spence is a very precise fighter. He doesn't waste a lot of punches. He doesn't waste a lot of movement. So I believe he's going to have to time Manny Pacquiao. He's going to, keep him at bay, keep him at gate, go for the left hand, may miss a few times, but he'll understand the placement of his left hand, where it has to be effective against Manny Pacquiao. if it just doesn't land big, just to get Manny Pacquiao attention and to make him pause, okay? Because you could pause Manny Pacquiao, where you make him, you render him inactive, okay? We saw this when he fought Joshua Clottey. He got frustrated with the high guard and the shell defense of Joshua Clottey, and he did a double bolo punch, right? Because he got so frustrated with what was taking place. So you can definitely frustrate Manny Pacquiao and slow down his activity, okay? Slow down his output. And I believe that that's what Errol Spence is going to do. And in the second half of the fight, he's going to pick up the pace. He's going to understand what it takes. It's going to be very difficult for him to go to the body because he's going to have to bend down low to go to his body. And I believe that in doing so, it's going to leave you open because Manny Pacquiao is not shy at letting his hands go. If he sees an opening, he's going to let his hands go, which is in return is going to make Errol Spence hesitate to let his hands go, okay? Because he goes down to the body and leaves an opening, Manny Pacquiao is going to let him fly. Whether he get knocked out, you get knocked out, whatever, big exchanges, he's going to let him go, okay? You have to be comfortable with getting hit by Manny Pacquiao clean because he's going to let them go when you go downstairs. And for Errol Spence to reach down with his left hand, see, it was different when it was Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather jabs you to the solar plex with his left hand because that's his jab hand, okay? It's not his lead hand. And so because you have to be very cautious of his right hand, when he jabs you to the solar plex, and Floyd Mayweather has this muscle memory, uncanny ability to go down here to the body with the left hand and make you react, and he instantly comes with the right hand, okay? In the case of Errol Spence being a southpaw, he's going to have to jab with the right hand to the body, but that leaves Manny Pacquiao's left hand wide open to come down to yours, okay? And now you could go to counter him, but now it's a hook him with a hooker. Do you want to hook with a hooker? Who gets there first? And I think that Manny Pacquiao is quicker than Errol Spence Jr., but he has shorter arms, so maybe he could throw it, and he could, the length and the timing could beat Manny Pacquiao's speed. So it's going to be very interesting, but it's interesting that Manny Pacquiao says he's training for stamina, speed, and to go to war with Errol Spence Jr. And the more action he's ever had, the most action he's had in his last 3 fights. That's speaking volumes. So I can't wait to see how this plays out August 21st. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
It is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.